And if everybody's been wondering about PA's truck, here it is. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday. Woohoo! March the 19th. And they got the tires on. But they're not finished. We got one more thing to do. Is that we got weights we got to put on the outside that bolt up right here. So we'll put the weights on this morning. And then we got Mike from Vantage South. He is coming to install the Trimble system on this tractor. He took it off our old one. He's gonna put it on this one. And then also the liquid applicator underfur way in the background back there, the red and gray thing. Me and PA are gonna be hooking that up to a tractor today, and that's what I put those sight gauges on a couple of videos ago. Anyway, we're going to be hooking up to a tractor and going through it and making sure there's no leaks and everything works right, because we will be using that a lot in the corn. And also today we're going to finish treating the seed. I think we got 2 more pro boxes to treat, and then that's going to be all of the corn we're going to treat. New tractor and it won't even start? Come on, man. She's dead. We have battery trouble, so we will be jumping off this first thing this morning. Brand new, not brand new, but brand new to us, but still has battery trouble. That's right. You don't have long enough cables.
You had the long cable.
Yeah, go get my stuff.
The lights were on. They went off now.
They have light when you open the door.
Oh, yeah, open it up. I forgot to open it up. We're going to work on the weight on the other side first while this is charging. Turn over at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wasn't quite enough.
It just needed a little help.
Let's just wait a little while.
You want me to try it or let it sit?
Let's work on the weight. Yeah, 15, 16. 15, 16.
Let's go this way.
Got to spin it just a little. Spin it just a little bit. Then come down right here. Spin it.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going, he said.
Who's sticking this there?
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. We got the nut.
I'm trying to put a bolt in, something's coming from the other way. That was pushing my bolt out.
Crank it. Got all his air conditioning going.
Got the weights on. Mark it off the lift. Done. We had to swap to the Navigator. My uncle's using the forklift, and it's gonna be a little hectic using this. Not a lot of room for air here. And it's real heavy. This thing has a tendency to tip over. So we'll see if we can not flip the Navigator today. We don't need them all. We got finished putting the weights on the 340, and Mike just showed up, Vantage South, if you can see him over there, way off in the distance. He is starting to install the Trimble system for the guidance on it. I think he has everything he needs. We took it all off the old tractor, so hopefully he's got everything he needs. If he doesn't, he probably has it on the truck. I got PA right here in the background. He is hooking up to that Unverferth liquid applicator, and we're going to put some water in it. We're going to go through it, make sure all those gauges I put on, sight tubes, make sure we have no leaks, and make sure it's coming out of the Y drops all correctly and keeping his rate. Just going through it. I have to do it every year, but shouldn't have any more issues on that one, but we will see, because I didn't think I had one the first time. Mark, he greased the rogator, the boom and all. I have to grease it about every 2 weeks, so he's got it good and greased. So I'm gonna fold the booms up, put this back in the shed, and then I will help PA show him how to run that thing, and we'll look through the Unverferth liquid rig. This is the Unverferth liquid applicator. This is what I put fertilizer out with, and if you watch the video, this is what I repaired. All those were dry rotted, and they were just all broken, but now we got it fixed, and PA is folding it out as we speak, and we're gonna put some water in it, and we're gonna see if we can make it work. It's got the Y drops on it, 360 Y drops. Anyway, I'll show you how those work here in a minute. Once we get some water in it, make sure it'll work. So I've got the 360 Y drops on here, and that is this thing right here. And you can adjust it. These wings adjust in and out. Right here. And the way I run them is I run them all the way out, as far as they can go. And I don't run the hydraulic hoses. They used to come with hoses right here that would come down and drag. I don't know how long they were, probably 20 inches or so. They didn't work for me. A lot of our land is bedded up, and so if you got a raised bed right here, and in between the two beds is a low spot, well, you know what the hoses are gonna do. They're gonna fall down and get in that low spot, and all your fertilizer and everything is gonna be going down in the middle of your row, and I'm trying to put it about 4 inches from the row, so didn't work for me. And it really didn't work in cover crops where I had tall cereal rye cover crops that I'd sprayed and it was dead. When I went through there, those hoses were hitting all that debris and grass, and man, they were flopping around like crazy. I had fertilizer going everywhere. So this is the way I run it. The row will be right here of whatever crop. And like I said, when it shoots and eventually hits the ground on either side of the row, it's about 4 inches. They're also breakaway. If you hit something like go down in a ditch or something, so that's nice. I had to do a little fabricating to make mine work, to get it right on 36 inches dead on it. It's a 40-foot toolbar. And see, I had to make this bracket because of the gauge tire right there. So I made all that. And then I had to make a couple of them, one right here too. But then I added a extra gauge wheel. And the reason I did that, if anybody runs these, they know that sometimes if you have it folded up and you get down to look at something, these things, the tips of the wings will come down. When they come down like that, that thing will be in the dirt. And I've almost messed up a couple of them. Get out to work on something, you not realize it, but the wing is coming down and all that weight will be on that Y drop right there. So I added a gauge wheel on both ends, so that will never happen. It doesn't matter if it folds down or whatever. Gauge wheel will keep that from messing up that outside Y drop. Anything else I had to do? Had to weld this one on right here. Because it was right here. I needed it right here where it hinged. Because that's where it just lined up, where in between the rows. So I had to weld that one on. Other than that, I didn't have to do too much. I've been running it for 2 years. I ran the wide drops last year. I had coulters on before that, but I got it set up now like I like it. It ran perfect all last year, and hopefully it'll run perfect this year. But I love, with the wide drops, I love everything about this setup and the way you can apply stuff right beside the row on both sides. I feel like we are gaining a lot of yield by using that. So I love it. Didn't have enough time to run it on all the crops like I wanted to, but now I got PA. I'm gonna teach him how to run it this year. So we ought to be getting the fertilizer on every crop beside the row on each side, and also we're able to put micronutrients right there and go in the ground to the roots. So I'm excited about using this all year. Hey, can you believe it? Everything is working. I hadn't seen a leak yet on all of that, so that's good. And here's what it looks like when the fertilizer's coming out, but this is water. And you'll have, like I said, the row will be right here of corn or whatever. And then there's fertilizer coming right there and right there. Alright, PA did find a little leak on one of the hoses on one of the wide drops. Was leaking a little bit. Took it off, cleaned it up. Now I'm about to try it. Let's see if it gives me the thumbs up. Not giving me anything. Giving me no signal. This is a 40-foot boom on this rig, so could have gone with a 60-foot, but I didn't really want it. I wanted the 40-foot because that matches up with our 12-row planter. So that's why I went with the 40-foot. That way, when I do the ends, sometimes we do two sets of end rows, so that'd be 24 rows. Anyway, when I'm doing all my end rows, it just matches up perfect with the way we planted. So I like the way that is. Could gone with a wider one and got some more done, you know, get more acres in an hour done, but it just wouldn't match up on our end rows and everything. So I like the way I got it. Let me go see what's happening. You got one leaking over here. What's it doing?
It's bubbling up. You can see the air coming out right now.
Is that gasket not sealing enough?
It seems like it, but it's got to keep drumming in it. It has a drum. Does the pressure got to be high?
Sometimes, yeah. It's just coming out right here.
Yeah.
Let's try it one more time, and if it leaks again, I'll go get a new little rubber gasket. I only found one of these little rubber gaskets, and that's what makes the cap fit tight. Anyway, got some water leaking out where the cap hooks onto the nozzle body, and sometimes these little rubber gaskets, they'll get kind of worn over time, and the cap won't fit and seal tight. So we'll stick this one on, and if that corrects the problem, then I'll probably order 13 more to do the whole set. Got to lift it up and go back down. Working? Yes. Solve the problem. Alright, I'm excited. Stuff is starting to work. It's good. Here's the screen you'll be looking at while you're running. It's got the gallons per acre right here. That's my boom pressure. That's a speed I had to type in there. 10 miles an hour. That's your tank. How much is in your tank. It counts down for you. And this is, it's got 5 sections. And those sections are on GPS coordinates, you know, where there's no overlap. So, alright. That's great. Alright. And if everybody's been wondering about PA's truck, here it is. We did not get it from the auction. Wasn't anything with to do with the auction. Dad was in town picking up parts in Selma, and he decided to go by the GMC place just to see what they got. Just to see what they had on the used lot, and they had this, and they were ready to move on it. So he checked it out, brought it home for lunch, drove good, and so we ended up getting this one. But here it is. Chevrolet Z71 4-wheel drive. It is a 2007 model. It's got a little bit of miles on it, 200,000 miles, but it's a really good truck. It had a toolbox already on it. He's already filled it up with tools. Already got the logo on it. And cloth seats, which is fine for a work truck. I already had the floor mats. So anyway, we thought it was a good truck for the price. So the tires on it were had some mud grips that were really worn down, and they weren't balanced at all. I just so happened to have some 18-inch tires that I took off one of my Ford trucks when I bought it, and so we slapped those on there, and they're practically brand new tires. So but there it is, folks. Only one thing about it that we don't like, and that is this. Ladies and gentlemen, that is limo tent, I believe. And when you get in here and shut this thing, you can't see hardly anything outside. When it feels like I'm riding in the back of a limo. But we're gonna leave it on there and see if it bothers PA. It would bother the heck out of me. I would rip it off in 2 seconds. But if it bothers him, then we'll end up taking it off and doing without it. So there it is. If y'all are wondering what truck PA was gonna get, this is it. So you'll be seeing it in the videos. Guys, that's gonna be it for the video today. It's Friday and it's cold and it's wet, and we are tired of working, actually. So anyway, hopefully next week it'll dry up and we can get back out in the fields and start doing some real farming for y'all. But if you made it to the end of the video, guys, thanks. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching Triple R Farms.